All right, what is up, everybody? This is Zacharias. We are back with more of Avadon 2: The Corruption. Here we are back at Trozen's Trove, so let's go ahead and take care of it. You kneel by the mechanism of the locked wheel and start prodding at it, following the steps Basilia described. After a few minutes of trial and error, you push a gear out of place. A few quick turns and the gate is open. You block the mechanism with a chunk of rock so that the gate will stay open. I would say my own Tinker Mage is having a harder time disarming these than Yoshiria is right now. Whatever, we'll disarm what we can. This magical circle is similar to the one you encountered earlier. There are two crystal pylons providing power and piles of rock slabs for raw materials. Once it is active, it can generate stone constructs to irritate you. When you step through the gate, you flinch, ready for the defense to spring to life. Nothing happens. Everything is quiet. At the far end of this passage, you can see an identical magic circle. You reach the center of the hallway and step on the magic middle circle. The moment you do, the construct generators to the north and south instantly spring to life. The crystal pylons begin to shed the power they have stored up. The rubble and debris come together in the middle, forming constructs to harass you. The devices are old and poorly maintained. They have already begun to vibrate and smoke. If you can endure for long enough, they will probably burn themselves out. The crystals to the north and south start to shudder and emit a long, high-pitched whine. They won't be able to generate constructs for much longer. Okay, they're kind of weak, so I'm not really worried about summoning turrets or anything myself right now. I do like Yoshiria frequently goes into battle frenzy here. I mean, there are a lot of constructs, but they're not really that strong. I mean, I can take these out just fine. The pressure is too much for the defensive machinery. The crystals are about to break. Before they do, however, they generate two final defenders. Big, lumbering rock constructs spitting fire and ice. Then with a final squeal, the crystals to the north and south crack. Their glow fades. Another defensive system has been defeated. Almost. Alright, let's go ahead and summon turrets here, though. Razor spray. Nice, got them taken care of. Assault crystal. Boost to melee damage. Alright, yeah, let's go ahead and switch those out. Khalida does have plenty of strength anyway. Okay, so this is another area where you could come into one way or the other. You try to turn this wheel, hoping that it will open the nearby gate. It doesn't budge. You examine the mechanism, hoping to figure out how to unlock it. It is too complicated for you to make sense of it. You take some paper and charcoal and make a rough sketch of the mechanism. Basilia might be able to make sense of it. However, it is far more complicated than the first mechanism, and some of the machinery is on the other side of the west wall, where you can't see it. You do your best. Okay, so this is a three-parter. Okay, so let's head back over to Basilia there, get some more info. And then we can do Khalida's quest. So this is another one of those that's clearly a three-parter at least. That you can't always do in one go. I found another lock gate in the workshop. Here's a drawing of the locking mechanism. Basilia eagerly takes your sketch. Another crude sketch. I say your drafting ability was improving, but I don't like to lie. Still, I like a challenge. Give me some time and I might be able to figure out how to pick this lock. Any luck with that lock? Okay. Alright, let's do this one and this one. At level 6, gain razor spray, fling a handful of razor disc, damaging all phones in a cone-shaped area. Don't we already technically have that, though? Okay, let's head over to City Hall, then. Talk to Xenophon. I'm a little bit nervous about this, but we have to take a chance here. You return to Xenophon's hall. This time it is empty. The mayor is not on duty. You look at Khalida. For once, there is no sign of confusion or absence. Her anger keeps her focus. Xenophon is a leader and proud. He is here somewhere. I will find him. There are two guards standing next to the stairway. When you approach them, they step forward and block your path. Considering that you were from Avadon, their visible terror when doing this is understandable. One of them says, "I'm sorry, Hand. Very, very sorry. These are Xenophon's private chambers. They are not to be entered." Khalida rests her hand on the pommel of her sword. She wants nothing more than an excuse to draw it. "Step aside. I will pass." The guards blink as their worst nightmare rapidly comes true for them. Please, Hand, we have our orders. These are private chambers. Go somewhere else. It's a lovely town. Lots to do. I am a Hand of Avadon. I go where I wish. Stand aside or else. You meet gazes with the guards. After your time in the Titan Peaks and the Waste of the Corruption, intimidating two mere guards is easy. They step aside. The guards watch miserably as you approach the unguarded stairway. Xenophon is waiting for you at the head of a long, polished hardwood table. When he sees that you have arrived, he is not surprised. When he sees Khalida, he loses hope. The old man raises a golden goblet to his lips and takes a long drink of wine. He wipes off his mouth with his sleeve and says, "I wish to be left in privacy." I am so sorry to be intruding on a traitor. A traitor? Me? A more loyal supporter? The pact has never had. I've spent countless coins on the training and outfitting of our army. The mayor of Trozen stands up straight. And what is it I supposedly did, young hand? You accused Khalida. You had her sent to the Avadon dungeons. Xenophon opens his mouth to respond. Then he sees the look in Khalida's eyes. I see, he says. This is a time when no defense will do. I will have to be honest. Difficult for one in my line of work, but I will try. Go on. Yes, I wanted a business advantage. Yes, I tried to bribe Khalida for it. Yes, they threatened me with punishment. And yes, I did what I could to get rid of her, to save my fortune, family, and good name. And, of course, my life. I am sorry, Khalida. I truly am. It was a wretched thing to do, and I've had years to feel guilty over it. I know how much you must yearn for vengeance. Yet, you will have to be contented with my apology. You cannot kill me. Why not? Because Avadon has no allies. It needs help from its supporters, and I am one of them. What is more, I was chosen by my people as their leader. To kill me is to attack them too, to nullify their choice, to take away their freedom. Is that not a great crime as well? You are young, but even you must see that you have only one choice. As Xenophon speaks, Khalida starts to tremble. By the time he is done, she is shaken uncontrollably. Tears run down her face. Khalida? Her voice comes out a hideous croak. I cannot act. Malik, is it what they did to me in the dungeon? I can't speak. I can't move. I can't think. What must I do, Malik? Is this worm right? Must I go? Yoshiria shakes her head. We are hands. We cannot accept this crime. If we are to ever be safe, we must show what happens to those who harm us. Oh man, I would hate to make the whole town mad, but at the same time, yeah. You know what? I've been taking Khalida on my mission since the very beginning, and I want to do what's best for her since I found her character most interesting from the start. And when I first played this game, I never made it as far as this. That's why I've been unlocking achievements lately. So that's why I took her character. I was really curious to see how her character would go. You know what? I'm going to do what's best for her. Screw it. Xenophon, you attacked the hand of Avadon. I sentence you to die. Oh, I suppose I knew this was coming. From the moment I saw you. He pulls the sword out from under the table. It's a massive weapon and he looks ridiculous holding it. Please, make it fast. And then the old man rushes towards you, ineffectively swinging the blade. With one quick blow, Xenophon's head is removed from his body. He crumples to the floor. Khalida looks down at him. Several times, she opens her mouth and closes it. Then she shakes her head. No, nothing has changed. No memories have returned. My mind is still clouded. Yet I have been avenged. Have I? I will take what I can. There is nothing else I can hope for. Thank you, Malik. I will never forget what you did for me and what it cost. Okay, so that was not really a fight at all, because Yoshiria just easily took him out with that. But then again, I think that would have happened with any one of my characters, that he dies. Ooh, I forgot I got this weapon. Blade training, turret craft. Yeah, let's go ahead and put that on. That'll definitely be a lot more effective than the weapon we have. Let's give that one to her. Perfect. This is a good one for her. Yeah, let's go ahead and sell this one. None of my other characters need blades, though. At least I don't think. Alcander's not going to need one. The 2 spellcasters. And we already got my 2 blade people here, so yeah. That was kind of anticlimactic because we did kill him immediately, but I have a feeling we might get attacked on the way out, so it's probably not going to be... We're probably definitely not out of the woods here yet. One of the guards runs up the stairs behind you. You hear a gasp. He comes back down, looks at the other guards, and shakes his head. They don't act, of course. They are town guards. You are a hand of Avadon. What can they do? They watch you with silent loathing as you pass by. The mayor Trozen traditionally lives in the tower of the city hall. The city guard lives on the floor just below. Not that this did any good for Xenophon in the end. When you approach the guards, they give you hateful looks and turn away. Oh, interesting. So none of the people are hostile to me? Really? I mean, I would think they would... You returned to the town of Trozen, but predictably, things have changed. Word of what you did to their mayor spreads through the small settlement in minutes. They are still cordial. They will still trade with you. They will not defy a hand of Avadon, not after the violence. However, word of what you did here today will spread. Khalida puts a reassuring hand on your shoulder. The townsfolk hide their hatred of you as well as they can, but they dream of a day when their voices can be heard. Somehow, you suspect that day of reckoning is closer than it was before. It is interesting that none of them are hostile to me now. I know Melantha was his cousin, so I wonder if she's going to say anything. Anything else I can do for you? And so, a cousin of mine, always very successful, a bit bolder than I would have liked. And so justice caught up with them. I heard rumors that he was trifling with Avadon. I had so hoped it wasn't true. That story only ends one way. Okay, she took it better than I thought she would. Honestly. I mean, the rest is... At least they're not... This is not one of those where you have to raise the whole town. Because in the last game, we did have to raise a stead. Because we were hunting there later, but that was it. Alright, at least Khalida is still on our side, though. Well, that was kind of a fast quest, though. Yeah, his cousin took that way better than I thought she would. I'm quite surprised by that. Okay. We'll level it up here again. 28. Oh, intelligence. Okay. Do that. At level 7, adds 12% per level resistance to magic and fire. We were already buffing that up with the specialization level up, so we don't need to level that any further. But at level 6, gain group heal, summons power of nature to heal all nearby allies. What was it on hers again? At level 7, adds an 8% per level chance of entering a battle frenzy when struck in melee. Okay, we already knew that, and we already have been buffing up that path anyway, so all good there. At level 7, gain improvements to your wrist flinger, adds a 10% per level chance for repulsing enemy attacks. At level 6, gain build temporal pylon. Constructs a temporal pylon that damages and slows your foes in a nearby location. Okay, we do have to go back to Fort Foresight, though. Talk about Laria's defenses. And then after that, I think we're pretty much good to go to the corruption. Although I do want to go back to the Hand and Rockridge Keep and talk to her about the... See if we can get an update on Hand on the missing eye. Alright, let's see what Hart Callan has to say about this. I would like to give you some information. I want to talk to you about Khalida. I know that already. She seemed off lately. Distracted, disconnected, even more than usual. Can you give me specifics about why? She found out who was responsible for her punishment and she extracted revenge. Xenophon knew that he was playing a dangerous game when he accused Khalida. He probably got what he deserved. However, slaying lords of Pack Nations is not generally approved of. Thank you for letting us know about this. Something will need to be done. She gives you a large pouch of coins as a reward for the information. Alright, let's talk to Khalida real quick. Malik, thank you for joining me. I need someone who can still... How are you doing? Not well. I thought it would be better, but I am not. What is wrong? I can't. I try to think about what happened, to understand, but when I think about it too hard, I stutter. The damage to my memory infects my brain, so I need to ask you. What? What was done to me? Letting me know. Letting me not know. Letting Xenophon alone. Was it... right? Why can't you decide for yourself? She slams a mailed fist on the table, making everyone nearby jump. I told you, I can't think about it. That is what was taken from me. What do you mean, was it right? I can't make sense of it. I don't know if it was good. Just a fair sacrifice to ask of me. I can't stutter. Can't think. You need me to decide for you? Be my crutch. Be my friend. Help me decide. It was for the good of Avadon. The good of Avadon, she repeats in a hollow voice. A minor political advantage from a nothing lord of a nothing town. Fought with my soul. The good of Avadon. At least you are honest with me. After all these years, that counts for something. Is there anything else? Is there? I would be happy to talk to you. You helped me to get vengeance. For that, whatever happens, I am ever in your debt. I want to talk to you about Xenophon. I do not want to discuss him. That wretch stole. She is struck for a few seconds. What? Did it happen again? The crime he committed against me will last until I die. But I do thank you for helping me learn what happened to me. I am ever in your debt, Malik. Have your stutters improved since we confronted Xenophon? No, I thought they might, but they did not. I think I will have them until I die. Well, that's unfortunate, but at least we did get justice for her. Alright, and we should be going to the corruption, but Laria did have a mission for us real quick. So let's go ahead and take care of that. Foresight. Actually, that's actually kind of refreshing that the whole town didn't go hostile against us, because that was what I was worried about, is that we wouldn't be able to continue any more questing if we did that. I explored 2 of the Tawan temples. Ayatsu listens rapidly and takes detailed notes. Amazing. Detailed reports of the Tawan temples. Very useful. And wait, you learned of Deleuze? He exists? You know he is in one of the temples? Amazing. You need to make sure Redbeard learns about this as quickly as possible. This is first-rate intelligence. I came here to recover some tools for Ilaria. Ayatsu looks annoyed. They aren't her tools, they are ours. She only claims them. We need them. She is going to need to make the sacrifice. They are in the cellars, and there they will stay. Okay, so that was that. So yeah, get some quick quests on here. Unless of course she insists that we go down there. Okay, so we have to go down there. Okay, interesting. We need them. Okay, if that's what you say, but I don't know. Do we have more dialogue from Redbeard, though, now that I think about it? Let's go ahead and go back up and talk to him real quick. Before we head back over to Foresight. Man, that I don't know what it is, but that keeps being a tongue twister for me for some reason. Foresight. So yeah, that's kind of hard for me to say right now. Redbeard has a thick folder in his lap, open to the first sheet of paper. The words Heart Miranda are written at the top in large letters. Heart has been crossed out in red pen. The smell of wine is heavy on his breath. The keeper of Avadon looks up at you with a sad smile. Your timing is good, Malik. You arrive as I relive my greatest failure, which was, I did not recognize Miranda's treachery. I kept her at my side so many years, not seeing how much she hated me. I still can't believe how patient she was. She lurked, she watched, she waited for the right opportunity, and she struck. How could she fool you for so long? I don't know. I honestly don't. Such restraint, such patience and care. She is a remarkable woman, unlike any other man or woman I have ever met. Why does she hate you so much? Her husband betrayed me. Oh, how she begged for his life. His execution was necessary. I thought she saw this. Foolish optimism. How did she betray you? She allowed a force of raiders and assassins into Avadon, acting on the orders of Deleuze. Much of the Black Fortress was burned. Many of my best servants were slain, and the damage to our reputation incalculable. The shame, the laughter behind our backs. I think I would rather that she killed me. She knew that, of course. What will happen to her? Oh, we will find her. He lets out a long, weary sigh. You can see the deep wrinkles around his eyes. We will punish her. She will die. The only question is how much time she will spend in the dungeons, having her every thought peeled from her mind. That is why I count on you, Malik, more than any of us expected. Why me? Because you are the one who found her trail, the one who was hunting her through the corruption. Be my agent, Malik. If you succeed, your rewards will be glorious. You are remembered as a hero of Avadon for as long as the Black Fortress exists. Should I try to capture her? He thinks on this. No, I dream of having her here in chains so that I can face her one last time. It can't be. She is too wily, too dangerous. No, a quick death is the best thing for the pack. I will hunt her down. Thank you, Malik. He closes the folder. Enough self-flagellation. We must both return to work. Interesting. I want to talk about Dedrick. Yes, a hand, shaman. Has some trouble with his tribe, yes? Sorry business. Which reminds me, I've had a report of Kava mercenaries being killed in the contested lands. The perpetrators are unknown. Do you know anything about this? I killed them. Did you? And did you realize that you caused me a considerable diplomatic mess? A mess I have no time to deal with. He sighs. You have irritated and inconvenienced me. Still, the Kava moving mercenaries, there was quite a provocation. You did have the authority to act. I will not punish you, but I am annoyed. We will leave it at that. Okay, so that's interesting. We could talk about Dedrick there. Okay, so that also worked out better than I expected. I mean, we probably could have just turned down Dedrick's quest again. But it seems like neither Callan or Redbeard is going to hold it against us, even though they would have preferred if we didn't. Okay, so it looks like we will have to get her tools. I thought if we went back and then told her that she can't have them, But to be fair, Ayatsu did tell us that they're in the cellars. So there is that. So let's head back over to Foresight. I kind of just want to say Foresight because it is such a tongue twister to even say that. Okay, how do we get over there, though? I came here to recover some tools. Okay, well, I don't know how to get her tools back then. Unless there is a secret passage somewhere in the area. Or if there's somebody that I can talk to that can get me down there. Okay, huh, I wonder how we get down here then. Or get in that section. Okay, that's where we found the area where they are building Redbeard's throne. Or wait, actually... Oh my gosh, does act. It's clearly in one of these. The locker is full of tools. There's a lot of hammers, picks, and Tinker Mage gear. Nothing that seems useful to you. At the bottom of the locker, you find a satchel. Inside it, you find the tools Ilaria described to you. You take them. I mean, duh, I was trying to get... I was trying to get into the... that other area. Oh man, I should have been looking at the map the whole time. Okay, so we can get that quest done and move on here. Well, thanks for telling us that the tools were in the cellars, at least. Alright, I'm pretty sure that was all we needed to do in the Daram area, anyway. Okay, I'm pretty sure that was it for everybody for now. I have your equipment. She goes through the bag, inspecting each item with care. Excellent. All there, all maintained. I hope it wasn't too much trouble. She reaches into the pouch and produces another scare for you. Last one I have, I'm afraid. Thank you again. You have helped to make Avadon stronger. Anything else I can do for you? Not really, but if I hear you've traveled somewhere exciting, I might have ideas. Out of scarabs, though. Okay, well, it looks like that's all she has for us. Still, regardless. Level that. At level 7, add 6% per level chance for pop melee and missile attacks. At level 6, gain Terrifying Howl. The Blade Master's Scream terrifies all nearby enemies. At level 7, add 10% per level resistance to magical and elemental attacks. At level 6, gain Steel Wind. Flings out a cone of razor sharp shards, doing high physical damage to your foes. Okay, so that's all we have. We don't have that option for Laria's defenses anymore. So we still have this open. Still have that open. Still have that open. Still have that open for now. And it looks like that's it, pretty much. Maybe when we go back there, we'll have even more open to us. Although I do want to head back over to Rockridge Keep before we go to the corruption to see if to see if Han Esme has anything more to say. Take. Any word of Dymas? No, until I have news from Avadon, we should not act. Okay, so she doesn't have anything new. I figured that she would at first, only because of how we're heading right back to the corruption, but I guess we have to do the missions in the corruption first before we can address that. In the meantime, let's go ahead and head over back to the corruption. Talk to Commander Ophira. Avadon has sent me. They heard that you know where Miranda has gone. Indeed. Though we have few scouts to spare, I sent them into the region around Monitor Base D. We were looking for signs of your traitor, and we think we found them. You won't be happy about it, though. Where is she? We can't be sure, but we found tracks. They are near the lair of the dragon, Vardigras. She may have gone to the bitter old Drake for help or supplies. She marks the location on your map. Be careful there. The Drake has not bothered us in the past, but if Miranda can turn him against us... Ophira shakes her head. Dragons live in the corruption? They love it. The dark magic here doesn't bother them, and they get privacy from humans and wretches and other such pests. Most of the living dragons are here. Fortunately, they tend to keep to themselves. Tell me about Vardigras. An old specimen, very powerful. Lived in the corruption for recorded history. He may even have been here before the corruption was. What is the creature like? Never met him, but I've heard reports. A bitter, cranky creature, but he has never been hostile or violent. We keep our distance and give him his privacy, and things have been fine. But if a clever traitor like Miranda finds a way to influence him, who knows what could happen? How can I get help from a dragon? There is only one way. Bribery. Threats and flattery don't work. The pack gets help from dragons by offering things. Wealth, land, influence, help. What am I allowed to offer the dragon? Allowed? You are a hand of Avadon. You can offer the monster whatever it wants. Okay. So we will be covering this in the next part of Let's Play, so I'll see you all until then.